Peace FM 104.3. Good to meet you.
Wait a minute, declaration.
Meet you.
When we sat with Nipa no the solution no bano. Nipa oye very hard at negotiation. How can press no say Dr. Okoe Boye. In fact, Dr. Sensari bet me catch you. Ucha Mr. Kwakwa, MD for Ghana Airport. Bisani say, he na no hard dream power or price negotiation. It was Dr. Okoe Boye. Because me catch and say, Ora, ampa, maja to say, o solution way, and you come at say PCR. Now, so, I did know a copy beyond $100, me and committee. And a channel, Papa no can be. If I already at the best price, $158. And I say, okay, doctor, $158. Modi bibia kan wa mo charge even $2 say mo di Ghana Airport and Airport Delta me dey be kan 158 no and I say ora 100 gram in tiase na wo di bibia kan dia
now be 158
and Mr. Kwakwa catch and say in the aviation practice your pay charge say $141 and now 143 insist change at your harbor, so the team has come to the nearest 10. So onu nyanka for industry practice no say 158 no on jack kasa now let's start the discussion for $150 and our party say okay if it's a difficulty let's talk 150 now only bibi me catch and say me pin no ohwe me no see young man what is the alternative to my solution? You quarantine people for 2 weeks, they pay hotel bills say minimum $50 crowd times 2 weeks no you are talking about $700+. Apart from that, you keep them in the hotels for 2 weeks so that you watch whether they have the virus or not. They pay for their lunch and pay for their supper. When you add that money, they are spending over $1,000. And you as a country too, they can't go and do business to help your country. They have to watch TV for 2 weeks. Here you are. I have a solution which is not like your PCR that will let them stay in the night hotel for 2 days. And I'm saying I'm charging you $150. And you say it's not sensible to you. Okay, choose the alternatives. And I'm making this on your tell na sikano na sebi. I have to get arguments. Case I'm met me there. I make it. And the man used another example. Say, okay, the desktop computer. Sebi buonu yefu. Now do go type it. Area who come you see they don't allow people carrying gadgets. Mama pocket device. Who kasano na recording typing into words. It is going to achieve what you want to achieve with a bigger installation like a PCR, but in your pocket. So choose. Look at me. Sebio, we are not in normal times. We want to open the Kotoka International Airport. Your uncle for Moody solutions. I'm a mommy boss. Honorable Kukwajima Menu. And the government. I will be sure. Or say $100 nansu. Munkoda hotel 2 days. Sebi, we don't want a hard drink a crab because at the end of the day you pay more. And the issue when you say, well, we are not in normal times. In go for free abrochaba. US, they are paying $200 for a PCR test. And then look at some coffee and meji before you come to the airport. Negative PCR Ghana, I say you must have. No. Those who get it, they pay no less than $200 in America. In Germany, my friend Chris in Bremen, or say you pay €200 for a PCR test. Who call China? I mentioned $150. In South Africa, Obiso Okoe Boye see Togo yaji €150. Now it's $75. The $75 is scratch and go. They only can antibody test and no sebi is not reliable. So their PCR test, should you do it in Togo as a requirement for coming to Ghana, you pay no less than €150. So point I mean, when you look at all the sebi, the alternatives and opportunity cost, what you must go for, no, the price is on the roof. So at the end of the day, no. We had to look at a way of either going by the 150 or still appealing to the solutions provider to come down. Now, senior, when negotiation took place for Office of Aviation Minister in the afternoon around 3. After Yedi Papa Sano, what we had was the $150. And aviation force Sebi, omonya $1 or $2 cra because of the test. No musube spending yama. Nanka bibi kakra port health. And I catch up say Sebi $150. Who the call president? You want to ebedi. Who said the people got to see the anaeka? Until $150 na move found comma president in the team. Now you share the what to happen. Only say me do fi anajua. Me dey me call anu ye question and answer time. Yeah, question and answer time anaju Sunday numre. Me want no manja call 8:45 p.m. from 8 to come to the president. There, president should share an adjunct emergency meeting. Me say, me can say, baby. $150. No, even the president said in his spirit it doesn't sit well with him. Right,
yes.
So we had a meeting. We started at 9:15 p.m. till about 10:45. The only thing is that show me why this thing is valid. Now me and I made Papa no kono. And was said confronting you know, I have to put it before him. Now at the end of the day, the president can say because this testing can stop every virus, SEBI, and also can come out in record time. What do? We have to either go for the SEBI 2 weeks of quarantine plus the additional cost, or go with this solution which will help us protect Ghanaians. So it's not like SEBI go for $150 and I'll start white handkerchief, but you have to choose between protecting your people and going for SEBI a test. Now for the sake of your listeners, now Ghana buy here 2 PCR tests for every person who is in quarantine. We pay minimum $80 to $100 for each one as a state. It means Ghana spends about $150 for each traveler. We pay as a state. Each traveler, after having to have about thousands for hotel, we also do the PCR test. Unim say, Sebi, this is now saving us that money for the traveler to take care of. Now I will finish with one at the IC airport. Now how Sebi, in terms of how travelers are taking it. The first flight to come into Ghana after Shewo airport was a KLM flight.
KLM.
Now, previous arrangement before this test was that you have to pay 2 weeks of hotel bills in advance. Show it to the air crew before you sit in a plane to Ghana.
2 weeks.
2 weeks of hotel in Ghana. And to go Campus School, airside, many hotels. Now, Ube drew Ghana before we pay. Say, I want 2 weeks now, I want for immigration. All paid already. Average $500 to $1,000. Luckily for some of them, about 50 passengers had a PCR test done, negative, just for their own clearance to wherever they are come to work in Ghana. And when they got to the airport, they were like, wait a minute, we hear you have a new arrangement where with a negative PCR test, you can do a viral test here, and then you can go home. Is that so? And I said, oh, it's so, but come hotel. I'm so, talk to the authorities. We are ready to subject ourselves. We say, oh, you pay $150. I said, what is $150? We are going to watch TV in our room for 2 weeks, doing nothing. So we are ready to pay. And we told them that the hotels might not be in a position to refund. They said, forget about the hotel. We want to go home. 50 passengers on the KLM flight subjected themselves to the antigen test. 50. And they were all negative. When they became negative, after consultations, we said, well, this is the new arrangement. They've passed it. They went home. Those who went to the hotel head and said now they also want to come back and do the antigen test. What am I trying to say? Okoe Boye is not saying that $150 is no money. But when you bring everything together, you can see that the opportunity cost, the alternative to this arrangement is so expensive and takes away your time such that SEBI, because of the accuracy and the time, the speed, you are more or less compelled to take it. And then finally, what I tell people is that what is the cost of one person sleeping through the virus? All Ghana's problem. At a point we had over 10,000 COVID cases. It started with just about 5 people. And when you get one man with the virus, it's not only the positive test that counts. Charles, we have what we call the viral load. Nipano per liter of the blood virus I know say obikita viral load are very higher. Or you're very contagious. Anything at tema one fishing factory nipa mienu anabako or infecting 500 people with COVID-19. If all the conditions come together and you get a gentleman, I'll not even say a woman for a strategic reason, you get a man with a high viral load, he can turn things around. South Korea, the epidemic started with one man who came to church from China. The whole church, it was an enclosed church, air conditioned. 90% of members got the virus. And the man came to apologize on national TV. So we cannot afford to have one person sleeping because we want to choose a test which is way cheaper. Now, Sebi, lockdown in 3 weeks, easy. The cost of being locked down is so huge. The cost of getting COVID-19, being admitted Sebi to hospital. Now one Shena yes, it's just not imaginable. You don't want to imagine it. So travelers should bear with us. What we agreed on is not something we wish from our bedrooms. We have to make do with it based on the circumstances we have. and I believe going for it. Miti said no Gucci Papa Bibe can say, oh, and away crown more than half of people with virus can pass through. It's not sensitive. Dr. Nsiasa Rishiano, NIT FM. And Nsiasa Ribisa the two questions. Papa, the ewo kotoka wehu asim pacho mi hu ye. Papa, test ayeye or no. What will say antigen also offer say eba indemnity a rapid test. Now he spoke generally about rapid test. Oh, now rapid test now and come 50%. Some can me pra make say was true. Rapid test there's some as low as 6% or 5% sensitive. Just for haba, it means only 5. But what we have is not what he's talking about. Na me pacho eya uhianchimwa for official government spokesperson bra kwa me. That way only at Asempa na me use. But say na me do tintin na me dey aba no. O Fred the official government spokesperson. Nchemu bia e wo no ye be den.
I'm sure say official one day.
But there are reports that in 2 days,
yes,
Sika Yenya was over $37,000.
Yes.
Now break down into saying who gets what.
Okay, bro, Kwame. Say you nipa na oye test no. Machines are installation why. Bro, Kwame, they have something they call the price of technology. They enter turn patency rights. A draw, even in the pharmaceutical company, obi to manufacture a draw, but me turn, let's say 1 month dia obefano, but me turn 10,000 Ghana. After 5 years, say I'm on the patency for 5 years, say more be a year because I don't discover here. After 10 years, that 10,000 for a month can come to 50 Ghana for a month. The reason why I more be charging 10,000 for a drug, which after 5 years can come to 50 or 20 Ghana, is that it's assumed say the fellow put in a lot of capital to arrive at that solution now, save you life. Now, this installation there too, and yeah, technology new is available. Say in less than 30 minutes, somebody can identify virus in you. And it's a specialized, how do you call it, technology. I've heard say Canada, other people are, but it's not every antigen technology which can match this sensitivity neck to neck with a PCR installation. So now, Papa no say no catch you know. I have the solution you want. You want to pick the virus, no mistakes, I have it. You have tested at your FDA, it's 99%. Now, if you want to say, Sebi, you, because of price and things you cannot afford, no problem, I can take my solution away. Sebi, apart from the innovation, just the technology, you know, there's also the cost of those who are doing the test. There are 70 booths. We say 70. There are 70 collection points for taking your sample. 70. Okay. 35 on the south wing, 35 on the north wing. Now, Ufemu and 30 seconds, now you have sample now. They have the capacity to handle over 2,000 passengers in less than 2 hours. It was designed only for airport use. Okay. Looking at movements. And it was paying Sika and your solution. Tailored, time and you, say, we ask people say there will come a point where you want to pick a virus at an airport. Now, on Moody Sika, the solution. And apart from paying the workers, paying for whatever the reagents, you see reagents are. And just scratch and go and see what say what you want to do. Yeah, the reagents, there's a chemical air to machine mu. Ama machine addicted. Yeah, chemical no sound. Yeah, another one. But all that comes together. I don't want it to look like I am stating the ingredients that justify its cost. But you have a solution whose alternative you are aware of. There's no alternative. Say there are other things you go through. Now, like I said, there are cheaper options, but they come with a greater risk. Now, obviously, within 3 days, yanya 300,000. Do you know how much went into the machines over there, and how much is going into a drawer? Yedi picky the virus as positive or negative. People know President Kufuor. They know the cost and the amount of money gotten for every activity. What they don't speak to is the value or the risk that has been taken away. For these 3-4 days, I be airport. Risk test where I hear free honor. Say you quantify risk now. Just take one person loved by the family, a breadwinner, through your reality and call you our free. So media most of the time car, it can cloud your judgment. Okoe Boye really can say cost win here. But what comes first is the safety of Ghanaians, and I'll go every length to protect every single life in this country.
This FM 104.3 wotumi ntake